When God shows up, stuff happens. God can make what looks like an impossibility, like Adam trying to do a Rubik's Cube. If you give it to the right person, you can make it work. An impossibility of this piece of paper that wasn't going to work, but when you cut it the right way, you give it to someone who knows, the impossibility becomes a possibility. God, he had a rescue plan. God, he had a rescue mission. And God is saving, and God was saving the Israelite people from slavery in Egypt. And it seemed like this impossibility that was just going to be their life forever. But when God becomes involved, life changes and things happen. The Israelite people, they were enslaved in Egypt. There was a new king that had come along. And they were enslaved and they were making them work really, really hard. But God, he says, I'm going to bring you out of this land and I'm going to put you in a land that is spacious. I'm going to give you a land that is flowing with milk and honey. It's this beautiful place. When you get home today, read this story in Exodus 12, 13 and 14 and you'll see this account unfold as I paraphrase and make it short today. And the Israelite people, they cry out to God because they are enslaved and they're not enjoying life the way that it is going. And God says to this man called Moses, he says, Moses, I'm sending you. And I'm sending you to bring the people up out of the land. I'm going to send you to free my people. I'm going to send you to redeem these people that are in slavery. And Pharaoh, he lets the people go. But Pharaoh, he changes his mind because they were his slaves. They were the ones that were doing all the work. And Pharaoh's like, now who's going to do the jobs? Let's go get them because I've changed my mind. I want these people to come back. And we read in the book of Exodus in chapter 14, verse 13, Moses answered the people when they got to this place of the Red Sea being there. He answered them and he said, stand firm. See, the deliverance of the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you're never, ever going to see them again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Raise your staff. Stretch out your hand over the sea and see what will happen. And the water will be divided so that you will go through the water on dry land. They get to this place, this impossibility. I've got nowhere to go. And when Moses was thinking this point of just go, they must have thought, where? Like, should I get my snorkel back out? Should I put my swimming kit on and get my rubber dinghy? Because how am I supposed to get across this water? What's going to happen? But when God shows up and parts the sea and they're able to walk through, and Exodus 14 verses 13 says, that day the Lord saved Israel from the hands of the Egyptians. He rescued them. There was this rescue plan, this rescue mission. And then in Exodus 15, we get this lovely point where Moses and Miriam, they're there and Aaron's there. And they say things like, we will sing to the Lord because he is highly exalted. They talk about him giving them strength, defense, being their salvation. He's my God, they say. We're going to praise him. We're going to exalt him. He's majestic. There's none like him. And then Miriam, she takes a tambourine. And I promised that I wasn't going to play this during the worship to put Emily off. But she takes the tambourine and she starts to dance and to sing and to shake her tambourine. And she says, sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. There's none like him. This place, this moment of impossibility. Yet because God showed up, he rescues the people. He meets them where they are at. And you know what, this morning, you may be at a moment of the sea and you need a breakthrough. Can I say, cry out to him. Take your own tambourine and exalt the Lord and praise him and thank him for all that he has done. I'm a visual learner, and so I love kind of a little bit of imagery. This is the moment where they are shocked. They've got to the Red Sea. The Red Sea has parted. They've crossed through on dry land. The water has come back over, and they are looking, and they're shocked. They're like, what just happened? Do you know what, church? There may be moments in your life where you think this is an impossibility. But may you exalt the Lord and have a face like these, because God, he shows up. And God, he meets. And God, he redeems. And God, he rescues. And that's what we're thinking about this morning.